Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick video on loudness. So you've spent, I don't know, weeks, months, years even, writing, recording, mixing, and comparing your mix with other bands that you like, other artists that you like, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you've finally kind of got to some kind of parity in terms of volume, so you can like kind of put your mix in a playlist with some popular music, and it holds its ground. You don't need to turn up your system to be able to compete on loudness levels. So then comes the worry of, so are streaming platforms going to turn my mix down, or are they going to are they going to further add another limiting stage and destroy the audio, or what's going to happen to it basically when you upload it? And so I've been coming to the end of a few tracks, and I've been thinking the same thing. You always go through this when you kind of finalizing something, like the worry stage of what happens when I publish, and so I thought I'd do a bit of a test today. Unfortunately, it's difficult to test things like Spotify without having a wealth of things that you've uploaded to Spotify in the past. I've only uploaded one thing to streaming platforms in the past, one like album, and so what I thought I'd do was test it against YouTube, because YouTube reportedly normalizes its audio as well. But I've had some interesting results today, so I'm kind of scratching my head. So I thought I'd just like upload what I'd found, and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna jump into my DAW here, and we'll see what's going on. So we're in Reaper. As you can see here, I've got 3 files. So the first file here I matched using the loudness penalty plugin, which you can see here, which tells you which streaming service is going to turn up or down your mix by however many dBs. So this one, I got it so that YouTube was saying it was going to turn it down by 0.1 dB, and I thought that was close enough and would use that. And then this second file here is the mix as I had it originally, with that I'd matched to other things that I was listening to on my MP3 player, and that kind of like how I was wanting it to sound in the first place. So there's it's got does have some dynamic range, but as you can see, not a massive amount this track. So it starts out with just drums by itself, and other elements come in as it goes along. So bass joins, and then we have guitars and vocals and things kind of slowly, gradually build in this section until we get to like a chorusy section here. And then the loudest part of the track is going to be over here. I've not released this track yet, so I'm not playing all of it. But yeah, so that's probably the loudest section of the track, and it's like I say, the loudness penalty was saying it was going to get turned down by about 0.1. But interestingly, you can already see the difference. But when I uploaded just the file as it was, it didn't get turned down at all. So you can even see it clipping here in Reaper once I've re-downloaded the file. And if we go back to that louder section, like the difference is night and day. Like you know what I mean? It's so different. Like obviously nothing has happened to the audio whatsoever. So the YouTube as a video service blatantly doesn't normalize things in the same way that the audio service does. So this kind of like messes up the test from the get go. But it does tell me that if you're going to upload to YouTube, other than controlling the peaks, because obviously we clip in when we brought it back in to Reaper here, so we want to avoid that if at all possible, because if you're playing it back on a phone, or if you're playing it back on whatever, and it's compressed, or something's compressing the output, then you're gonna have some quite a lot of nasty digital distortion there, I would imagine. So this third track here is exactly the same as this 6.2 dB reduction one, but with the output gain of being set to minus 1.2 dB. And if I play this at the same loud section there, you see it's left plenty of headroom, but we've still got a lot more intensity than that first one where I was trying to match my gain based on the loudness penalty readings there. So I think when it comes down to it, you have the same. You always come to the same conclusion with any of this. Any of this messing around with the loudness of your tracks to try and match a streaming service, I don't think it ever benefits you. The only thing that you can do is mix and master until you're happy with the way that the track sounds. Trust your ears, and just be careful with the peak levels of your audio before you're uploading. That's the only thing you can do, because as we've seen here, just by this test using YouTube, all that I've done by trying to match standards is reduce the intensity of the what's supposed to be quite like, in your face kind of rock / metal, I don't know, alternative kind of song, and make it sound 80% as intense as it should do on one of the more popular platforms. And you do tend to get a lot of people listening to music just on YouTube these days, so it's and that would be a huge hindrance, because if I had that versus that, there's a lot of perceived volume gone there. Obviously, ideally, I was wanting it to be more around this level, but as you can see, you don't want to risk it clipping. So yeah, basically, I've done this test and I'm back to square one in my thinking that you just need to master to how you want the track to sound, and then just let it go and release it, and hopefully you're not going to get it absolutely crushed by some streaming service, but I suppose time will tell. And once I've released this new EP it's going to be I think it's going to be 5 or 6 tracks, we'll see. I'll report back if there's another video where I'm really angry at myself for releasing something at the wrong level, then we'll see. But thanks for joining us for this not so informative video, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Alright, bye.